Coach Kevin Donley and his Cougars did it, winning the program's first ever national championship in 2016, while outscoring its opponents 201-96 in 4 postseason games. It was a great ride and the party didn't stop until about 3 weeks ago, but now it's finally here.
First of all, I enjoy every day coaching the game I love, working with the kids that give me reason to get up and get after it every day. That's a true blessing. Winning's nice, that's a reward. The celebration did go on forever. I don't think the last final Aussie celebration was until the Monday before we reported for preseason camp. Great community that supported us and was behind us all the way. I've said this many times, my wife and I watch a little bit of the highlights or part of the game or some of the other stuff that between Parkview and Ryan Nix put up almost every day, because I think that's part of continuing to enjoy it, because when it's time, camp started, you put the DVDs on the shelf, you put the ring on the mantle, and you got to reload and get ready to go again.
Coach will reload for the 20th season of Cougar football, but he'll have to do it without the GOAT, an All-American receiver, Seth Coate.
I don't know if you totally replace a guy like Seth Coate. We kind of said the same thing when we graduated Dutcher. I think Dutcher was one of those guys that was shoving Seth in lockers and locking him in the bathroom on the team bus a few years back. Those are great players. So you have to re-identify yourself. I think we have great athletes in the receiving corps. Got great speed, great athleticism, but yet inexperience. So it's a matter of getting used to the timing with our quarterback and just getting a lot of catches, being able to read coverage on the run. It's a process to gain knowledge to know how to adjust routes. I mean, it's a real scientific theory, go where they ain't, not where they is, but you got to know where to go as coverage changes on the move.
I'm feeling very good. Got a lot of wins under our belt going against the defense, so I'm feeling kind of cocky going in. So,
in the offensive line, graduated some great guys there, but we got some guys back that we're really looking up to take charge. Alex Woods is back, Dylan Gamble's back, Connor Holcomb's back. Got some rookies that got their ears wet last year that I think are going to be great players. Nick Schumacher, Austin Smoger, Sean Moore. I mean, we're big and strong, and inexperience just comes with time. So when you have a quarterback of Nick Ferrer's caliber returning, and in my opinion, he's the best in the country. He's overrated with all the others that you throw in there from the other conferences across the Midwest. And Justin Green at tailback, the same. That's a pretty good place to start. If you're strong in the middle, you got a chance to reload things out on each side of the perimeter. So feel pretty good about where we are right now. I think we're ready for a ball game. Defensively, I think we'll be very strong. Hemmelgarn in the middle is powerful. He's outstanding, and for a guy that's 300 plus pounds and 6'5", he can run. He makes plays. Linebacking core is outstanding with Harnish and Dunton and Stepp and Devin Green, Spencer Cowherd, Vito Tupea. We got guys. Jordan May is a guy who's had an injury the whole time he's been here, is healthy and playing well. We thought he was going to be a dominant player when he came in 3 years ago, and now it looks like he's got his opportunity to prove that.
Feeling pretty good. Defense started to come together. I'm starting to get the rest off and everything, so it's going well.
I feel like money.
Secondary, graduated a couple guys, but I think we're solid. Lee Stewart back. Blake Schumacher started in the national title game.
Good. I'm excited for things to get started and actual game weeks.
We lost a good corner in Nashawn Lewis, but we've got Wilmer Cole, I think, is absolutely terrific, and Stan Jackson and Ryan Johnson. These are solid football players.
Real good, real confident, ready to go.
How about you?
Yeah, real good, confident, you know.
Lost a great kicker and punter, and I think Gavin Gardner's going to step right up in the kicking role and do well, and Joe Nepper in the punting role. Got our long snapper returning. So there's a rundown on all three phases of our game. I expect to be a strong contender to make the trip south again.
Making it to the big game is a process, and sometimes it takes players playing bigger than they actually are. Take Sean Boswell, for instance. During his sophomore season on the road at Marion, the 5'9" receiver scored the final 2 touchdowns of the game as USF rattled off 20 unanswered points in the comeback win.
Here's Ferrer trying to change up the count. Short drop. Looks left. Looks. Throws over the middle. Got a man. That's Boswell inside the 5. Driving for the end zone. He got in there. Touchdown, I believe. Let's see if they rule it a touchdown. They do. 28 yards with 1:01 on the clock, and the Cougars will take the lead at 44-42.
That game was awesome. Just being at home, like back in Indy, in front of a lot of people that were from high school, from the community, stuff that I knew. Like they got to come out and watch. It was pretty cool getting to get the opportunity to be able to come in. Like App got hurt during the game, so that means I got to play the rest of the game from like the second quarter on. So that was new to me, but being able to be able to play that well and make some big plays for our team, like in order to win against a big rival, it was awesome. Just getting to in front of everybody I knew, it was pretty sweet. Like it's definitely a most memorable game of my career.
It was one of the greatest wins in the history of the program. Waiting for his time to shine, Boswell went from an unknown to a hero.
They didn't even know who number 19 was, that's for sure. Like kind of a punt returner, but nothing much. But just being able to learn from guys like Appenzeller, Akeem, Cam Smith, Matt Knoll, like Seth Coe, obviously like being able to learn from them and see what they can do when the lights are on. Like I just been able to see that gave me confidence to be able to perform at a high level. Like if I was given the opportunity, I was going to make a play.
Boswell's playmaking ability should come as no surprise. He's a scholar athlete that has learned from some good professors.
Last year it's just kind of unique having all 3 of your starting guys to be seniors and leaders on the team as well, like Monte McDowell, Seth Cote, and Akeem Kelsall. Just all 3 guys, great guys on the field and off the field. Like they just have good leadership abilities, and they probably learned from guys before them, like Cam Smith was like my sophomore year, Appenzeller, Cam Smith, Matt Knoll, seniors that were great leaders, just kind of passed that on to them, and last year they were able to run with it. And playing with those guys all 3 years, just being able to see all the stuff we've been working on, all the hard work that we've been through, all the winter weights, the spring balls, the 530 lifts, and just it was awesome to be able to finally see all that stuff pan out, and like everybody can see how much we worked and how much it paid off. Yeah, it was awesome.
An awesome experience indeed. Jam-packed with activities leading up to the big game.
It was sweet. Like it really felt like they kind of had that going into their, like you're gonna make it feel like it's a bowl game, like your D1, like big BCS bowl games, and it really felt like that. Honestly, it was like we felt like big time players in Daytona, Florida. Couldn't ask for better weather. Couldn't ask for better like hotel. It was very scheduled, so it means like you had to be on time to everything and kind of professional. So it was an awesome experience, and then at the end being able to celebrate and have like kind of a party at the end was awesome. Just to celebrate all the professionalism you had to have during the week. It was pretty sweet.
The excitement for the 20th season of Cougar football is evident with the #1 preseason ranking. But now more than ever, USF has a big target on its back. And after graduating 193 receptions, 3,203 receiving yards, and 43 receiving touchdowns, it'll be exciting to see who steps up to fill their bucket. But one thing's for sure, Ferrer looked really sharp in his final preseason scrimmage.
Obviously, we were losing Seth Cote, who is, if nobody was open, throw it up to Seth, like he's gonna make a play. But so we didn't really have that coming into this year. Like we don't have that tall guy that's just gonna go make plays, very experienced. So he's got a lot of younger guys coming in, like Rocky, Dan, Will, all those guys coming in. Like so he's kind of changed his mindset when he's back there dropping back for passes, like who's he gonna throw to? I want to be that guy for him, honestly. I told him, I was like, hey, throw me the ball, I'll make a play for you. But I think it's just kind of, he's definitely matured. Like he's got to be the man now. Like he's got to put it where we're gonna make plays, and he's got to get trust. Like these guys got to earn his trust, and I want to earn his trust even more too. So that during camp we've looked very good. Like we were kind of rusty at the beginning, kind of expected, but ending camp that way on Saturday, just going for, I think, 4 for 4. Every time we touched the ball, we scored, which was awesome. So I think if we can keep that going throughout the season and keep getting better every week, like it's going to be a very fun season, that's for sure.
So it's finally arrived, the first game of the season on a natural grass surface with a 15-hour drive to North Dakota to take on a Jamestown team that lost its first game of the season to Hastings 31-3 at home. Throw it all out the window. Saturday, when the Cougs see the opposing orange and black of the Jimmies, it is on. Time for Cougar football.
Well, I hope that's the case. I'm expecting that to be the case. They've got a game under their belt. We don't. We've got a long trip. They're at home. We're playing on grass surface, which we don't and won't the rest of the year. So there are some factors there. We had trouble on natural grass first ball game in Chicago last year. So all those things are adverse circumstances we got to deal with and overcome, but I expect to do that.
Well, I think we've talked about it, like when we ended camp, we talked about how their last game doesn't mean anything except for that they got the experience to have a game in, and we haven't. So they definitely have the kind of edge in that, and like you said, we do have a 15-hour drive, which is gonna suck, but we just have to stay focused and know what we have to do to go there. Like we have to play our best in order to beat somebody. Every week we're gonna get every team's best, so we need to bring our best and be able to pull through. And when we're gonna get hit in the mouth, we need to know that, and we need to be able to respond to that and respond to adversity, like work through that and play the way we play.
And of course the question is, can St. Francis play the way it did last year and get back to the championship game?
I mean, definitely, I want that goal. I want to get another one. I want to go back to Daytona, but as far as during the season goes, being a senior, which is weird, like I feel old, but I need to make sure I keep the guys focused every week, and every week's a new challenge. And if we win every game during the year, if we take it week by week, then we can get to Daytona. But for now, it's just every week to week basis, we got to focus on the Jimmies.